Hi, Scott Bruder here. So what I'm going to do is I want to back up a Pokemon save from my existing Pokemon Blue, but then I want to modify one of these, stock save files with some custom attributes and bring them back onto the game so I can play them on my Pokemon Blue in a real Game Boy Color. So what I want to do is the first things first, the flash drive or the flash reader I have is a Inside Gadgets GBX Cart RW 1.3. So I'm going to go to their website first, download the latest release. We got right here on GitHub, Flash GBX 3.32. This is as of July 25th, so that's pretty recent. So I'm going to go here and I want to download the full setup, and I'm going to save it to the folder I'm working in, download GB saves, and save. Perfect. Here it comes down. I can close that window. There's the save. I normally export this or extract it to another folder, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to dive in, and then I'm going to run the setup.gbx.exe. That's going to load up. Now, the reason why I didn't want to extract it first is the other files are just documentation. They're not actually installation files. So I went in there. Well, let's do it again because I realized that I involuntarily clicked on the right answer. So Windows 10 and Windows 11 are going to go and say, Windows Defender Smart Screen is protected from an unrecognized app. Running this app may put your PC at risk. Well, you know what? I know it's safe, so I'm going to click on More Info, and now I have the option to run anyway. So I'm going to do that. It's going to bring me into the install program. I don't need to install it for all users, right? And that, of course, you see the little shield here. That is global admin. We don't need that. So I'm just going to install it only for me. I'm going to click on that. App data, local programs, Flash GBX. I'm good with that. Next. Yep, I want to install the driver as well. I don't want the desktop shortcut, so I'm going to unselect that box, click Next. This gives me a summary of what we're going to do, and then I hit Install. Zoop! I was expecting to be a little faster, but that's pretty good. Now the driver is prompting me to install. This is fine. I'm going to install the driver, so I'm going to click Yes. And it says the driver I want to install is ch341ser.inf. I'm okay with that. Install. So I have a feeling we may get another prompt here. Look at it, going crazy. The drive is successfully pre-installed in advance. Okay, I am happy with that. So what I'm going to be doing off-screen, click the X, launch Flash GBX, that's fine. What I'm going to do off-screen is I'm going to plug in my little flash device using a USB cable into my computer. And I'm going to see if in Device Manager it shows. So I'm going to right-click on the Windows icon, go up to Device Manager. In here, I'm going to show all the devices that are on my machine currently. I am going to see some other devices, some COM ports, some portable devices. I don't know exactly which one it is. So the quick trick to show whether or not it's being detected properly is when you're in Device Manager, unplug and replug in the device. I'm going to go unplug, and we're going to see if this device updates. It doesn't. So I might actually have the wrong kind of cable right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a different USB cable here that supports the connection, USB-C. So I have a feeling the cable that I used previously was a charge only. So I'm plugging in a USB-C cable right now that I know does data. And let's see. Oh, look, the system updated. So I know that the new device was detected. I'm going to USB connection manager. I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking for right here. But, there it is. USB to serial, CH340. I feel like that might be the one. Right? Always install your drivers before you plug in your device. So I'm going to go to the Flash GBX window, and it's like, would you like to automatically check for new versions? I'm going to say no. I'm not a big fan of that. A firmware update for my GBX Cart RW3 is required to use this software. Do I want to update now? Well, of course. Always make sure your firmware is up to date. Having old firmware could cause you compatibility issues, problems like that. So what I'm going to do right now is let's just take a look here. Current device is a GBX Cart RW version 1.3. I know that. I'm running version R23 of the firmware. It was saying that there's a firmware version L1, which was updated on June 6th, 2023. Well, that's a lot more recent than I've used it. Let's see what was changed. Works with all licensed Game Boy and Game Boy Advance cartridges. Good. Except media players and external peripherals. I'm okay with that. Supported mappers, MBC 1, 2, 3, 30, 5, 6, 7, 1M, MMM01, GBD, MMC1. Wow, it supports everything. It adds supports for more reproduction and flash carts, which is great. Currently not supported by the official interface software by Inside Gadgets. Ouch. Well, there's another one that was like the Inside Gadgets firmware. It works with all interface software provided by Inside Gadgets. And that one there is 10/15/2022. You know what? I'm going to just install the Inside Gadgets firmware. I don't think I want to install the Lesser Kuma firmware. If anyone has comments on that, definitely comment below. Install firmware update. The following firmware will now be written to your GBX RW device. Done. Yeah, I do want to continue. Do not unplug the device, and now it's verifying. Perfect, and it's restarting. Firmware update is complete. Okay, perfect. So the device is connected with firmware R31. So what I want to do is I want to select the cart type first over here in the options menu. I know it's Pokemon Blue, so I'm going to go Game Boy. It's able to scan it. Look at that, Pokemon Blue version. Unsupported in Legacy mode. Well, I don't want to do Legacy mode. It is a Nintendo Boot logo. It is an MBC3. I believe those are the right numbers for Pokemon. Generic ROM cartridge, why not? So what I want to do is I want to back up the save data. That's my first thing. And of course, I'm going to go into my GB folder and downloads. Pokemon Blue version USA Europe, SBC Advanced, sure. Save. Cartridge is currently not supported by the GB using the current firmware. Please try the dedicated Inside Gadget software program. Try updating the firmware or upgrade to a new hardware version. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go to the other firmware version. I'm sure that can happen by clicking on Tools, going into Firmware Updater, and let's install this other one. Install. You know what? You be careful. Do your research. This may brick my cartridge reader. I'm willing to deal with that, but at the same point, I'm very sad that, if that's the case. Okay, so we're back to the menu using this new L1 firmware, as you guys can see down here. I'm going to click Game Boy. It does say it's read the Pokemon Blue again. This looks good, so I'm going to back up the save data. I'm going to pick the same folder, same location, hit save. It says a real-time clock cartridge was detected. Pokemon Blue doesn't have a real-time clock. I don't believe what they're saying. Did you want the cartridge's real-time clock registers also saved? No. No, I do not. So here it is, backing up Pokemon Blue. Save backup is complete. Total time elapsed 1 second. Okay, great. So I'm okay with this program. I'm going to push it over to the side. It found everything it needed. The device manager is good, so I can close that. So I'm going to go in here. Go to my GB folder. I have my Pokemon Blue, so I'm going to take that and move it into the Saves folder. And in the Saves folder, I have the one I made, plus all of the stock ones, and then, of course, the Pokemon US editor. You know what? I'm going to open up the editor, and then I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to click on the Open icon, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to Downloads. What? No downloads? Oh, no. Let's go into Documents and see if Downloads is listed there. It's not. This here is using an old Windows interface, so it makes life a little bit harder. Here's the downloads right there. Downloads, GB, Saves. Let's open up the Pokemon Blue. Done. So, let's see what it says I've got. My name's Ash, Rivals Gary, money is this, time used is this, number of Pokemon 1. And I've got all of these items. I don't know. That seems like it's a very limited save. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to cancel out. I'm going to open up the save I just did. Edit. No. Open. Pokemon Blue version. Yeah, that's the one I made. Okay, so I'm going to change the name here to Scott. That's my name. Rival's name is not that. It's going to be Mike. I like Mike. Oh, but I want a smaller Mike. Done. And what do I got? You know what? There's not a lot happening here. Oof. It's a very basic save. You know what I'm going to do? Let's just be a little bit sneaky. I'm going to bring down this window that I was using to download the software, the firmware for my Inside Gadgets CBX Cart W. I'm going to say 100% save Pokemon Blue. The Pokemon Blue Complete Pokédex save. Oh, that looks impressive. Done. This came from a guy named Hari in 2019. You know what? Seems recent enough. Now, how do I download this? Oh, there's the zip file. Zip, zip, zip. Oh, I can't click on it. Registered users only. Ugh. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's keep looking. Here's some Pokemon Blue save files. I'm all worried that, there's going to be some dead sites and there's going to be possibly some, scam sites. So definitely be careful. Zofar's domain, 100% reliable. These guys have been doing save states and things like that for decades. I'm going to do a Control F on this page and find Pokemon Blue. Oh, look at that. Done. Here is a save. Doesn't work on Blue DMG cartridge. Well, what is that? That's not what I want. Blue save states. View. Back 6 badges, several hack Pokemon and items. Ooh. This one here is that Indigo Blue with all Pokemons. You know what? I want that one. So I'm going to click on the download button, bring it down, save. I'm going to click on here to open the folder. I'm going to go right click and go extract using WinZip or is it 7-zip. I'm going to extract here. I just want it here. I want it in the root menu. There it is. Pokemon Blue SAV. I know that's the one. So I'm going to go back into the program I was using. Open. Pokemon Blue. So I do want to let everybody know that you need to be careful because when you're looking around, anybody can hack anything on any of these games. Scott, Mike, go check the Pokemon out. I got Mew, Mewtwo, Charizard, Zapdos. Wow, look at this. This is a full roster. I'm going to hit OK. And file. Scott, Mike. Look at that. It took care of all of it. We are saved. Okay. So now that I know I beat the snot out of that, we're going to take that blue save right there, and I'm going to use my Flash GBX to load it back in. So I'm going to write save data. I'm going to restore from save data file. Click that. And I'm going to go into the saves. And there's that blue save I just made. Boom. Writing it back. Verifying it. Save data is written and verified. Done. So I'm going to disconnect now, and I'm going to end this video. I'm going to put this in the Game Boy and make sure that she's 100% correct. And if you guys have any questions or comments, do so below. Thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a great day. Thank you.